Welcome back, YouTubers, to another video with us, the British Fist.
Gotcha.
And to all of you that thought that today was going to be a British Fist wrestling rundown day, now we didn't have that much to talk about, so we thought instead that we'd talk about something Royal Rumble related, and something which I do think definitely needs to be talked about here in the YWC, and that is whether or not The Rock should win, or whether or not CM Punk should win at the Royal Rumble. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at the pros and cons of The Rock winning and the belt of the Royal Rumble, and we're also going to look at the pros and cons of CM Punk retaining his belt of the Royal Rumble also.
Because with all the wrestling fans there are, you're either on Team Rock or Team Punk, and we just thought, okay, we both got our own choice on who would win. We want to know what you guys think. So in this video, we give you the pros of each one and the cons to help you make your decision.
Indeed, and also, by the way, don't forget that I'm Mr. Parkin. This guy standing next to me is none other than NJ people.
What's up?
And speaking of NJ's What's Up, we're putting together a compilation video of all your guys doing What's Up. We'd really like as many of you guys to get involved as possible, so send in to us your videos of you doing NJ's What's Up, as demonstrated here by NJ.
What's up?
Send it either to us on a video on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, or via our email, which is dannyparkin02@googlemail.com, or just get in contact with us and do it that way, or video response, either way.
Very true. Any way we get your video, we'd be very appreciated. But here's a little thing from me. I really encourage people who do not do YouTube videos, or any way, shape, form, Skype, or whatever. If you've got a video camera that can record videos and then upload them to the laptop or whatever you use, please do, because the more people get involved in this, the bigger the video will be, and we'll shout you out one way or another.
It will be the introduction, I believe, to our Elimination Chamber review, which will also be NJ's birthday. So, and if we get loads more, we might even use them down the line. You can also do it, send us to them via Skype. Mine's Daniel.Parkin01, NJ's here is NJ1988. So yes, please, we really want you to be part of this, as it will be very, very fun. So to begin with, there are actually many pros of Rock winning at the Royal Rumble. There's many pros for business, in my opinion. Imagine how much excitement that it would bring to the WWE product and WrestleMania season and the media around, around USA, with The Rock being champion, with him being a movie star and being so out there and an A-list celebrity. Imagine him going around with the WWE Championship on his shoulder. How much publicity that would give the WWE going into their biggest pay-per-view of the year if he wins this belt at the Royal Rumble.
Because when I look at it, with The Rock as our champion between Rumble to WrestleMania, because I don't see him losing it between that time, the fact that The Rock is our champion, the eyes will be glued to it because you're going to get him Rock promos as the champion, Rock build-up against future other opponents, and plus everyone loves The Rock, or majority of the fans love The Rock, so to have a lovable character as the champion, it would be great for the WWE.
Indeed, and considering just how much business this can do for WWE, I just think it's a surefire that they're going to have Rock win at the Rumble. I can imagine like the amount of media attention, the amount of on the front of the New York Times, on the internet. It'll just be, there'll be a lot of talk about the Rock being the champion if he wins this belt. And also, let's not forget as well that the ratings haven't been that great lately. And imagine if Rock was the WWE champion, if he was on the TV show like a couple of times, how much the ratings may go up, especially us going into WrestleMania season.
Because that's the thing what I've noticed. When The Rock's been on it, or it's been scheduled The Rock's going to be on a show, Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view, the ratings do have this jump. So I think with him being the champion, and him being able to appear at any show he wants, him to be able to be here on scheduled pay-per-views, I think this could do a good amount of ratings for Rumble up to WrestleMania.
Indeed, and it wouldn't just bring excitement to the media attention and to business, but personally, I feel that it will bring excitement back to wrestling fans. I mean, imagine how many older school wrestling fans might be tuning in to watch The Rock, one of their heroes from the Attitude Era, winning the WWE Championship. Especially people here in the YWC, a lot of people are quite bored with WWE's product. Just imagine how much more excitement there will be about the product and about WrestleMania when Rock wins, not just with the business aspects and the media and the casual fans, but also with the more hardcore fans that, really, really honestly love Rock from the Attitude Era.
I think Rock already brings the excitement. As the champion, it's going to grow because he'll be in the ring in promos, matches with other names. You'll probably see him in the ring with the SmackDown champion, or you'll see him in the ring with other possible opponents for the championship. So I think this could really give the shows a focus, something to watch out for, something to enjoy, and promos between The Rock and other wrestlers, I think it would be absolutely great.
Especially as the WWE Champion. And let's face it, guys, how cool would it be for Rock to actually come back from a 10-year hiatus or whatever and come back and win the WWE Championship? It's just, you know, you put all the arguments you want, which we're probably going to talk about in the cons, but let's face it, overall, as a fan, it would just be really cool to see Rock as the champion.
And that's true. The thing I want to quickly say is that, yes, with The Rock being who he is, having him champion once again in this era, having people challenge him, I think that's going to give other wrestlers who possibly face him a good rub, a great match. And I think with The Rock, it's hard to find the negatives because of Rock being champion once again.
And also, let's face it, Rock right now, even though he is part-time, he is the biggest draw in WWE. The 2 WrestleManias that he has been involved with have outdrawn previous WrestleManias. They've done over 1 million buys. So it only makes sense as well going into WrestleMania season. Yes, you could use him in a non-title match, but if he is the WWE Champion, then that really does promote the title as something very important. And let's face it, also, if he's a WWE Champion in the main event of WrestleMania, not only does it do well for the belt, in my opinion, but once again, WrestleMania is going to be bought, you know, over 1 million times, in my opinion, because Rock is that much of a bigger draw. And logically, the biggest draw in your company should generally be the champion, or should generally be in the main event with the belt at the main event of the year, which is WrestleMania.
And him to be going against CM Punk, top guy at the moment, going against The Rock. This match just screams out exactly what the W should be hoping for. If The Rock comes to champion, it could do the same thing for other wrestlers.
And also, let's face it, let's look at this realistically as well. The Rock, you know, when you compare The Rock and CM Punk, and many people would just say, oh, Rock will win that match easy. You know, many people, realistically, judging on the star power and how good they feel they are as an athlete, The Rock not only is a great athlete, but he's massively bigger than CM Punk. So even if you look at it from a realistic standpoint, Rock should be beating CM Punk.
And if you're not down with that, let me just say, take your boot, turn it sideways, shine up real nice, and stick it up all your candy asses.
Now we've looked at the pros of The Rock winning, many of them, of course. Let's look at the cons of Rock winning at the Royal Rumble. Along with the pros of Rock winning at the Royal Rumble, they also bring along a very large amount of cons as well, in my opinion. The first con is, does he deserve the title shot? And what does it say about the rest of the roster that Rock can just walk in, being the big star that he is, and just get a title shot without really deserving it or winning a #1 contendership? You know, what does that say about the rest of the roster and their chances of going after the WWE Championship?
And for the people that's been watching our videos, are always saying I'm missing the #1 contenderships. And for The Rock, if he wasn't in a #1 contendership, like a fatal 4-way over the top rope, he would be in the ring with other competitors, giving us a good match. But the fact they skipped that, Rock's got this title match, #1 contender. It's really put off the build-up to this match possibly happening. And it's given Rock exactly what maybe shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, I mean, that is a big issue. Does he deserve the title shot? He hasn't been with the company full-time, and this is another con, in my opinion, of The Rock winning the belt. When you have your WWE Champion, The Rock, with all the commitments and everything, he's not going to be there every week. And imagine how bad that would be for the WWE. Of all the mainstream publicity they're going to get from this, but just imagine how bad it would be for WWE if the part-timer wins the belt. Not just the part-timer wins the belt, but will he be able to be there every week and be at the pay-per-view? I know he's on the front of Elimination Chamber, but, you know, will he be able to be there every week to hold the belt, defend the belt, and be part of the product every week, like the WWE champion generally should be?
And that's the thing, because with the champion, it's going to be kind of bad if he comes in, wins the championship, but he makes all these promos saying, I don't have to be there, I'm The Rock, I'm the champion, I'll be there when I want to be there. He goes to all this via satellite and all that stuff. He's going to get insults. He's not really going to get the compliments he deserves as a champion. He's not really going to give the amount of ratings that Raw probably need. So to be honest, by him doing this movie schedule, he being the guy he is, I really think this could be bad if he's going to stick to that whole, oh, I'm only going to appear now and again schedule.
Not just that, but for morale backstage, it must be quite daunting for someone when, you know, you've got The Rock coming in and winning the belt, for example, if he wins the belt, and, you know, you're backstage thinking, well, I'm part of this company 24/7, and I'm not winning the belt. You know, it must be quite demoralising for the people backstage when they see that actually happening and it going to a part-timer. As much as it can do good for business, it must be quite demoralising for the roster, a lot of the roster that could be in line for that title if he wasn't there.
that's the thing, because with the backstage, we've been saying this numerous times, there are probably other wrestlers who deserve this championship match, and they've not really had it. So for The Rock to step in, and this brings up the point of, if he steps in as the champion, how many shows is he going to be at, how many pay-per-views is he going to be at, and how many matches or defences is he actually going to have in the time between then and WrestleMania.
Expect a lot of promo segments from The Rock because he won't be in that many matches. So I do have a problem with the part-timer winning the belt. I always felt that with The Rock coming in that he should be he should be used for his drawing power. Although I do see the pros of it, like we said in the first bit, the part-timer thing really does rub me the wrong way a little bit. But I think the biggest con to this match, in my opinion, is the fact that if Rock wins the belt here, it's going to lead to Rock versus Cena 2, and at the end of the day, even though Punk has had this long title reign, we're going to be going back to John Cena probably winning the belt. That's, in my opinion, the biggest con. Out of all the pros, the biggest con of this is Rock versus Cena twice in a lifetime.
That would be pretty bad if or when it happens, The Rock, the WWE Champion versus Cena, because yes, it may have done great for Vince last time, but the fact is, the only thing that really changed is that there's a belt on the line. That may be positive because it's added something different to the match, but the negative thing is it's basically an equal Cena becoming champion, beating The Rock, and The Rock, again, would be a surprise if he beats Cena. But at the end of the day, everything goes back to Cena.
And let's face it, a lot of people are tired of seeing Cena in the same old spot, in the same main event spot, and people are tired of seeing him win the belt so many damn times, including us. So, in my opinion, that is the biggest con of this, despite many pros to Rock winning the belt at the Royal Rumble. There are pros of CM Punk winning the belt at Royal Rumble and retaining his title against The Rock, the biggest of which being that if he beats The Rock, you know, that would be a really big victory for CM Punk. And not just that, but it would really, in my opinion, solidify CM Punk as a real star for WWE and possibly even a big draw, maybe just behind John Cena, going into the future for the company.
When I look at this match, CM Punk getting a win over The Rock, yes, it's put a guy down, but CM Punk at this time doing something that Cena couldn't, which is beat The Rock, be shown that he is the best in the world, up there. I think this win for CM Punk could help him in so many ways.
I mean, not only would he be WWE Champion going into the WrestleMania season, now I know that the interest wouldn't be as much if CM Punk was champion over The Rock, but just imagine what it could do long-term for the company. CM Punk beats The Rock, retains his championship. Imagine how he could bring that up in his promos all the time. Like you said, it's something that CM Punk has done that John Cena hasn't done. It would really, in my opinion, solidify CM Punk as a top heel for the company going forward if he does manage to beat The Rock. And let's face it, it would be someone else with that championship, someone else getting that rub off a big superstar whose name isn't John Cena, which was our biggest con of The Rock winning the belt.
Well, as we've complimented many times, The Rock is high above any wrestler right now. But for CM Punk to go against The Rock, beat The Rock, and prove that he is up to the standard of beating an icon, a big legend, the best wrestler in the company as of now, it would be really good for Punk, and it would back up everything Punk's been saying. Fact.
Indeed, fact. And also it would solidify the fact that the current era isn't a bunch of shit compared to the Attitude Era. You know, a lot of people will see Rock beating CM Punk as a triumph of Attitude Era over the current era. And while the Attitude Era, of course, we all think is better here in the YWC, the fact of the matter is we've got to move on. We've got to move on to the future of the product and focus what we've got to do now, which is one of the reasons why I think they did the Raw 20th Anniversary show with not that many legends. But also, let's not forget as well that if Punk's title reign hasn't really been very interesting. Remember we did that video a while back going through Punk's title reign and we found that it wasn't really that interesting. If Punk wins here, this would be a great way of not just solidifying him, in my opinion, also be a great way to get my interest back in his championship because he beat the freaking Rock.
That's the thing, because even though we've said a lot of negatives of CM Punk being champion, his opponents in the past, Jericho, yes, it's a big name. Yes, it was our top feud of the year. But for him to go against The Rock, I think that would overpass the wrestlers he's had in the past year.
Indeed. And also, he would continue being the longest champion in what, 20 odd years for the company. So not only that, but he'd be setting new records for the longest title reign, which would be very good on CM Punk's resume, let's face it. So the cons of CM Punk winning the belt at the Royal Rumble or retaining against The Rock. The first con I can see is if they're going to put Rock in the WrestleMania main event, what would losing here do for The Rock's steam? You know, if he loses the match, then he's going to go into WrestleMania with a loss on his thing, and I don't think you can really do that if he's going to be main eventing WrestleMania, in my opinion.
Well, the fact that Rock is here for more than just a match, he's here for a match and then probably build up to Mania. Having him lose is not going to make The Rock look ready for his future opponents, even if he did beat Cena.
Indeed, and also, let's also face it as well, CM Punk's title reign has been very long, and I think, to be honest with you, if Punk does win the belt, it will just, you know, carry on. A lot of people in the YWC will like it, but let's face it, it will give us something fresh. The Rock will be champion if CM Punk gets the victory here. If CM Punk doesn't get the victory here, then Rock will be the champion, and it will just be a bit more refreshing than CM Punk carrying on as champion. I just think that with him having a very long title reign, there's more they can do with The Rock compared to, say, CM Punk, just because it will freshen things up in the title a little bit.
Taking away his over-the-year run, yes, it's needed at some point, but the fact that CM Punk has lost to The Rock instead of a wrestler on the in the roster who could benefit from the win, so I think CM Punk losing to The Rock, it ends the big build-up he's had, and he's lost to The Rock instead of someone in the roster, so I see that as a negative, you know.
Indeed, and another con of Punk winning the belt, in my opinion, is if Punk wins, what does Rock do? I mean, you'd surely imagine he's going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Now, I think, to be honest, if Punk loses, he can face Taker at WrestleMania, and that will really benefit him, in my opinion. But if CM Punk wins, then what does The Rock do at WrestleMania, unless it's a rematch for this, or against something like Taker, which I don't really think will benefit Rock as a draw at all, really?
This is the way I look at it, because with CM Punk, let's say he's involved in this match, he loses this match, Rock becomes the champ, or however it goes down, we still need to think what The Rock's going to do. Yes, it ultimately sets up a rematch if Rock's the champion. It just depends when they do the match, how they do the match. But that is a big question apart from here, yes.
And Rock is going to be an important part of the WrestleMania build, whether we like it or not. And just having him lose to CM Punk at Royal Rumble would just not be the best way, in my opinion, of setting that WrestleMania ball rolling. So there are some cons to Punk winning and retaining his belt here, as well as the pros, as we mentioned earlier on. So I think the big question here, going through the pros and cons of Rock winning and the pros and cons of CM Punk winning, NJ, is who do we feel should win at the Royal Rumble between CM Punk and Rock for the WWE Championship? I'll let you go first.
I personally do not mind who would win, but if I had to pick one, after the pros and cons, sharing this out with you guys, I'm going to say none other than Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I just really think it will do me well as a fan to have someone like Rock win, who I genuinely can mark out for and genuinely can get behind. You know, as much as I love CM Punk, if Rock wins that belt, I think him winning that belt will make me a fan again. And I'll be able to express myself in that way that I used to, rather than being a damn smart, which has been keeping me from enjoying the product quite a lot lately.
To having The Rock as the champion, the benefit for me would be for me to wonder how the WWE going to use him, as well as this movie career keeps building up every few months. And it'll be really interesting how they do that and which opponents he has to step in the ring with, either wrestling or promo.
Indeed, and I think so the decision is unanimous. We both want The Rock to win at Royal Rumble for various reasons. Because I just want to be a fan again, and NJ because he's really interested in what they're going to be doing with The Rock. So we urge you to put your thoughts down in the comment section below. Who do you think should win the Royal Rumble between CM Punk and The Rock? Give us your pros and cons of either of those two winning as well, much like we have done in this video, and this has been very enjoyable.
And to keep the enjoyment going, please, please, please make a video response to this, and video response us, and we'll check it out.
Indeed, so comment your thoughts in the comment section below. That has been it from us, the British Fist.
Ka-ching!
You know what to do, NJ.
Till next time, YouTubers, thank you very much for watching. We've enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed too. Disagree with us, agree with us, let us know in the comment section below. And Rob, Mr. Parkin and me, NJ. Till next time, YouTubers, good